you see? And when you take an issues course, it will be an issues course that determines their problems, not yours. That is why, despite the fact that you come out with a head full of knowledge and information, you are still unable to apply that information to your own circumstances. Understand? The economic problems of white folk are not the economic problems of black folk. You see, you got very different economic organizations of the black community. You have very different issues to deal with. How do you get black folk to spend money with black folk? How do you organize the money that black people have such that money can be used to produce commercial and business growth and development? What is the psychology that makes black folk feel good when they give all that money to white folk? How can you as a retailer get around that kind of psychology if you were a business person? Those are black issues and black problems, you know. How can we get control of the importation of all African products? You see, how do we get control of the distribution of African products within the United States economic system? How do we take over the United States economic system? Those are black problems. Those are black economic problems. How, given the fact that by mid-next century, white people will be a minority in the United States, over 50% of the jobs in this country will be held by minorities. You see, how do we take advantage of that situation and change this economic system around and make it an African one? And then connect it and organize it in its relationship to African countries. Those are the dissertations you should be writing. Those are the master's theses you should be getting into. Those are the kind of issues you should be doing in your business courses and so forth. If you are not doing those, you are not doing apricentric business. You understand? You can only solve problems based on the information available in your head by using that information, contrasting, comparing, approaching it hypothetically, and so forth, to arrive at possible answers and approaches to problems. How do you solve an African problem without African information in your head? You got a problem, haven't you? That's right. Even if you're able to think well abstractly, even if you're able to think well conceptually, ladies and gentlemen, even if you're able to do mathematics very, very well, you're still going to have a problem because you don't have the fundamental operation. You don't have the fundamental what? Information that is necessary to the solution of a problem. You see? So the mere training in thinking, or the mere training in abstract reasoning and so forth, while good, is not good enough. Knowledge is not good enough. It's not enough. You got to have more than knowledge. You got to have other things. You got to have uses for that knowledge. And knowledge is organized by goals, by intentions, by plans. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's why it's so important for you to have a sense of nation as a people. Because if you don't have a sense of nation, you can have a fund of knowledge, but still perish. African people have a tremendous amount of knowledge and skill. It's just unbelievable. If we were a nation with the kind of knowledge we have, the skills we have, we would be one of the major nations on this earth. You see? But because there is no overarching national goal, no national program, no national administration among black people, that knowledge just sits in isolated bits and pieces, and it's uncoordinated and cannot be used to solve the people's problems or secure their survival. It's the same situation where black people sit with billions of dollars in their pockets and have no economic system. Because an economic system is not the same thing as money. The emphasis is on system. It is on the fact that people must have a particular set of relationships with each other and a particular way of allocating and distributing money and distributing their talents and skills and so forth that makes an economic system. Economic systems existed prior to money. The ultimate economic system depends upon social organization and depends upon the nature of a relationship between people, not the mere existence of money. And therefore, here we are as a people with billions of dollars and no economic and social and political influence in America to account for. It's a shame. Why? Is it because you didn't have Andrew Bremer up on the board or whatever, the federal board? That you don't have PhDs in economics? Huh? Hey, educated the wrong way. Intelligence only organized to solve what? Other people's problems, not their own problems. Purpose organizes intelligence, gives it a reason for being. It begins with focusing one's attention on something. It begins with seeing a problem to be solved. You see, it begins there. We'll see in a second how that works. Intelligence involves the constant interaction between inherited ability and environmental experience, which results in an individual's being able to acquire the appropriate information for solving a problem, to remember the necessary information for solving a problem, to use knowledge, to understand both concrete and abstract concepts, to understand the relationships among objects, the relationship between things, events and ideas, and to apply this understanding to use all of the above in solving the problems of everyday life. And this is what it's about. If you don't see a problem, how do you organize your intelligence to solve it? How do you know what information is necessary to acquire to solve it? How do you know what behavioral orientations are necessary to solve the problem? One of the major problems I have, ladies and gentlemen, as I move around this lecture circuit, is trying to get our people to see that we have problems.
Yes, sir. No problem. No problem.
Real problems.
Right.
That our very lives are threatened as people. That our existence, our biological existence on this earth is in question. Serious question. It has been projected by the year 2000, 42% of the black population in the United States will have AIDS. That AIDS is running rampant over the African continent. That is a problem. That problem must be solved. Not by white folk, but by black folk.
Yes, sir.
Now, once you recognize that that is a problem, you then begin to ask yourself, what kind of information must we gather to solve this problem appropriately? How must we organize our society? How must we organize the economic system? How must we organize the educational approach of our children? How must we organize the college and the university and so forth? How must we organize the hospital system? How must we organize the infrastructural road systems and other systems so that we can meet this challenge and survive as a people? That is what intelligence is about, you see. Then you look, well, he has this information. She has that information. She has this skill. They have this skill. Then how do we coordinate this kind of thing. This money is available. How do we get this money and reroute it in this direction so we can solve this particular problem? But you got to first see the problem. And many of our people don't see the problem. Consequently, they don't develop the appropriate skills and abilities to solve the problem. They don't have that sense of urgency that makes them make those children go down to school and learn what they're supposed to learn. Because you know what? That Lord is going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's coming soon.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into a thing I've been doing before in these other lectures. Maybe I'll come back and deal with you again on that. It's like this law of business. It just moves total responsibility, from us. Oh, we don't have to think and work and so forth. But some of you might have attended my lecture out at Rockdale and out in New Jersey. So I've heard me deal with that issue before when I used the book of Moses, Exodus, to show that even though the law that these was there, and even though these were the chosen people of God, they had to get out and fight their own battles.
Amen.
Yes.
They had to study war.
Right.
They had to practice government. They had to practice political science.
Yes.
They had to plan and organize and do all of these things, and yet they were supposedly the chosen people.
Right.
You understand? The chosen people didn't mean that they couldn't take their own survival into their own hands. I talked about the situation where God told Moses sent some spies over into the land of Canaan and to collect intelligence about the organization